Hey there, welcome to a new episode of Kyusho Korner. I'm Sensei Mish, and in this episode, I want to cover a point right on the head. It's like right there, Governor 24, center line, and it's got some interesting properties, so let's get to it. All right, so in this episode, we're going to cover governing 24. So governing 24, if we bring Ashton a little bit closer, if we go center line and to his hairline and just inside the hairline, like a half an inch inside the hairline, okay? Now, I would think that this might be a strike point or a rub point or something like that. And so we kind of played around with it. We're trying to think of, how we could use this point. So if I'm just here if you're just kind of poking, I don't really get a body reaction. I don't really want to hit him too hard. He is my son. I know I do want to be nice. But if I just kind of knock, do you hear the echo? Anyway, but if we rub, I get some type of reaction, okay? So even if I come out here and I just support it and I push in, okay, I get that smirk, but if I rub, I get a bigger smirk, okay? Sorry. And this is actually one of the points that's listed as a vital point in the Bubishi. So trying to think of why is it one of, when they were putting the Bubishi together, why was this one of the points that they had that were, it was so important, okay? Now, thinking about its location on the skull, it's like right there. So, if I'm coming right down there, that could just, that can be a weak spot, especially if I'm really coming down because, nowadays, we do study karate and martial arts for self-defense, and especially for us doing Kyusho, we try and be a little bit more humane. So, our goal is not to come down and crush his skull. So that might have actually been one of the potentials of why that point is important. And then I was looking at some of the elemental values for it. So this actually has two elemental values, water and earth. So, and that's mainly because the governing vessel intersects with bladder and stomach. And so that's why it has those elemental values. So then I was thinking, okay, well, what if I add another element to that? What kind of reaction would I get? And, I used to be very into, elemental methods. Not so much anymore, but of course, something like this, I kind of got a little bit curious about it. So this is what we came up with. We're going to back up, so you can kind of see. Now, water or earth obstructs water, water quenches fire. Okay, so a front stance is a fire stance. Okay, so before I'm just standing here, but if I actually go into a fire stance and I come up and I rub, I get a bigger reaction, okay? Now, if I am in an open horse stance, and that's an open horse stance is the toes out like this, if memory serves, it's wood, okay? So with a wood stance, wood penetrates the earth, earth obstructs water. So I'm in my horse stance. Now I'm shorter than my son, and I come up and I rub. I get a bigger reaction, as opposed to me just standing here and doing that. I don't fire. Okay, so it's interesting. I'm sorry. It's interesting how the stance will change how that point responds. okay? Now, the same thing is he's got hair. I could, in response, I could be grabbing hair and digging in, okay? That's potential, but I really haven't played with that. That's up to you guys, okay? So, governing 24, governing vessel, it maintains yang energy, so it is yang. Like I said, water and earth, and it is one of the 36 Bubishi points. So, take this back to your dojo, play, have fun, and remember, always be good to your uke. I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for hanging out till the end. You are either asleep or you really like this episode. So if you are still awake and have not liked, shared, subscribed, any of that social media stuff, please do so now. We have got a great season ahead of us. So hit the notification bell and it'll let you know when a new episode airs.